1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Banjo land. Happy 2025. First lesson of the new year. We're going to work on the classic old song, Roll On Buddy, in the key of G. Bill Monroe had a great version of this song. Sam Bush had a great version of the song. It's an old song, though. Again, it's a really good song of how do we take this basic melody that has a lot of long notes and a lot of spaces, and how do we fill that up and make it sound like bluegrass? That's what we're going to break down in this lesson. I've got 2 solos for the song, and it's played a little bit faster as well, so this is also a good one to work on your speed. We'll break down both solos note for note, just like I played at the beginning of the video, and then I'll do an in-depth backup lesson, kind of talking about, once we know that basic melody, how do we stay away from that and create a backup part? Again, a good rule in backup is to not play that exact basic melody that the soloist or the vocalist is singing. All right, enough talking. Here's a beginner version of Roll On Buddy in the key of G. Here we go. All right, let's start breaking down this beginner version of Roll On Buddy in the key of G. This is a really good lesson to work on. How do we take a simple melody and make it sound like bluegrass? What's really interesting about this basic melody is it has a lot of space in it, right? So it's a lot of longer notes, which can sometimes be tricky because that gives us as banjo players a lot more space that we need to fill up that's not directly playing the melody. So that can be a little bit of a challenge. So let's start by breaking down this beginner solo. Let's play the first 5 measures. We'll break down the basic melody and then look at how we turned it into a bluegrass style solo. Here we go. So let's start with the basic melody of the first couple measures. We're going to play the first 4 measures. We have, the words are roll on, buddy, roll on. So we have, okay, so we're doing open 3rd string twice, and then into the measure 2, open 2nd string twice, and then right here we're going to do something that, again, that's a little bit tricky to mimic with frets, but right with your voice you can bend between 2 notes, right? On banjo you can't really do that because we have frets. So what we're going to do is kind of imitate that with a slide. So instead of going like, right, walking those notes down, open 2nd string, 2nd fret, and then open 3rd string, right? So open 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then open, right? That would be kind of more like a single note way to play it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take that note, the open 2nd string, find it on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then slide it down. So we're kind of mimicking that idea of bending between notes like you can with your voice. So we're going, so roll on, buddy, roll on. So another thing that can be tricky for beginners to wrap their head around at first is not every note is representative of a full word, right? So in this case, we're going roll on, buddy, and then roll on. So that buddy is 2 notes, right? But it's only 1 word. Buddy, roll. And then roll is, again, is that slide. Roll on. So again, that can be a little bit tricky for beginners to sometimes understand and comprehend, because initially you think, okay, each word has to be representative of 1 note. And again, it's a little bit more complex than that. You can see we're playing multiple notes for 1 word, right? So practice that a few times. Okay, so that's the melody we're going to represent. Also notice that basically measure 3 is a whole note, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all of measure 4 is just a rest where there's no vocals in that section. But we're going to have to fill that with a roll or a lick or something. So again, finding those spaces in the melody, that's a perfect spot to put a lick in. Okay? So let's compare that to the bluegrass style solo, just so we'll break it down line by line. So measure 1 of the bluegrass style solo is actually going to be the pickup. So we're going to play which is basically just going to be walking up to this open third string note that we want to hear. So again, measure 1 isn't represented in the basic melody because it's the pickup. But what we're going to do is we're going to pinch strings 1 and 3 with our index and middle fingers of our right hand on the and of beat 1. So count 1, 1 and then the open 4 string with your thumb twice, and then the second fret. So you have 1 and 2, 3, 4. So 1, 1. And if you're having trouble with that offbeat pickup, just take it out and play 1. Like that. But adding that little pinch, kind of, again, very J.D. Crowe style, 1. And then what we're going to do here is instead of just playing the open third string, which would be like the basic melody but not that interesting, we're doing that classic bluegrass technique where we find that note on a lower string if you're in tune, in this case the 5th fret of the 4th string, and we're going to slide into it. So we're sliding from 2 to 5. Right there, slide up, forward roll. So with my right hand I did T-I-M, T-I-M, T-M, so 2 forward rolls and then thumb middle at the end. So again, that's representing roll on. Now we're going. So again, we're not playing exactly that note for note melody. We're approximating the melody using Scruggs style rolls. And then how do we play the next part, right? Roll on, buddy, roll on. So we're going to do a classic Scruggs lick, forward reverse roll, 2-4 slide. Again, kind of implying that melody with a lick. So you roll forward, T-I-M, hit the 5th string, then go backwards, 3-2 pull off. Okay, that's what we're doing there. So again, compare it to the basic melody, very important. Sing the words in your head if you need to. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Sing the words in your head even if you're playing the Scruggs style solo. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Okay, right there, now we have space, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to fill it with the classic Scruggs lick. Right, classic lick. So I do thumb on the 3rd string, go up and do a forward roll, 5, 3, 1, those are my strings, thumb, index, middle, with a slide. Back to the open 3rd string, 2nd fret, open 1st string. Classic lick. So that's just a filler, right? It's not really representing any melody necessarily. Right? And then we're going into measure 5, another open 3rd string. Pinch the outside strings. And then we're going to do a 2-4 slide on the 3rd string. Forward roll, T-I-M. And then the 5th string. So we have, and then the 5th string. Again, just fill, right? So that's not, again, not representative of any melody there, right? So we're just filling that. We're really walking into a C is what we're doing. So we have. Okay, let's go back to the next melody. So the next melody says those same words, but over a different chord, right? Now we're playing over a C chord. We're going to go, roll on, buddy, roll on. Right? So same words. Okay, so how do we imply that, right? So we're sliding into it. And then we're going to our C. I'm just going to use a 2-finger C, and I'm going to do the Foggy Mountain roll. So index finger of my right hand, thumb comes down, T, M, thumb middle, and then T, I, N, T. It's a great roll for highlighting melodies on the 2nd string, right? So remember, the melody is, right? So how are we implying that? And then we go up and do open 1st string, and then a lick. Okay, so let's break this down. So we have open 1st string, and then do a 2-3 hammer-on the 2nd string. Same idea there, right? We're finding that note on a lower string if you're in tune, hopefully, and then we're hammering on or sliding into it. Either one works. So we have, and then how do we imply this lick? we're doing there is, again, kind of implying it. So we're going up to the 5th string, and then a 3-2 pull off on the 3rd string while doing a forward roll. So T, I, M, T are my fingers, right hand fingers. 5, 3, 1, 5, and I'm doing a pull off while doing that. Don't change your right hand. Let's put that whole lick together. Let's do just the right hand on its own once. We have. Add the left hand back. And that again is implying this melody. So we're going. And then right here, open 3rd string, but you got to use your index finger of your right hand. Why do you need to use your index finger, right? Because your thumb played the last note of the previous measure, right? So you can't double thumb. Make sure you use your index finger of your right hand to start that lick. So you have right here. And then this is, again, is another fill, right? We have 2 measures of pause after that. Right? So that's what we're playing. We're going. And then a fill lick. Which is very similar to like the lick we did in measure 4. Just like another variation on that lick. Okay? So again, look at how we're implying that melody. So we have roll on, buddy, roll on, roll on, buddy, roll on. And then for the solo we have.